FightFan.com. What's up? It's your man, Pretty Boy Floyd, the one and only.
Hello to FightFans.com.
FightFan.com.
James Lights Out, Tony.
How you doing?
All right, so we're FightFan.com. We're here on the line with the Road Warrior and gentleman Glen Johnson. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us how training's going. You got a fight April 12th, WBC light heavyweight title fight against Chad Dawson. How's your training going?
Training is going great. We're feeling good. Everything is on time, and we are ready for the fight.
Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of sparring you're doing and who you're working with?
We're working with a couple of guys, Buddy McGurk Jr. We're working with a guy called Tommy. I don't remember his last name. We're working with another guy, Mark something. Couple of guys, up and coming young guys.
I guess one question we had is, in a fight like this and fighting a guy like Dawson, is it important to find someone who emulates his style somewhat in terms of the speed and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking forward to, for guys that are doing similar work to Chad Dawson, and I mean that's what the sparring partners are based on.
Right.
A couple of guys came into camp, but there wasn't the right work, and we had to get rid of them.
Can you tell us what you've seen of Chad Dawson and what you think of him as a fighter?
Chad Dawson is a great fighter. I see a lot of good things from him. I've seen him fought a few fights, and he looked good in them.
And, he's young, he's very fast. What kind of challenges do you think he'll present to you?
Well, he presents a great challenge. I mean, like you just said, he's a young guy, he's fast, he's a world champion, so obviously he presents a great challenge. I'm just got to be ready and prepared for those challenges and win the fight, which I am.
I don't want to ask you to give away your game plan, but do you think your experience will be a big factor here in getting this done?
Well, certainly. I mean, experience, my ability to adapt to styles and unable to see what's in front of me and unable to understand it and work with it. And that is what I'm bringing to the fight. And, is what any great fighter should be able to do. You can prepare for anything you want, but until you get in the ring with the man, you don't really know what you have in front of you. You could see something on tape which you believe that's what you're going to see or whatever, and you might be training a totally different way, able to bring something new that you haven't seen before and you didn't expect from him. So you have to understand what's in front of you and how to make the adoption and adjustment and unable to beat what's in front of you regardless what he's trying to do.
One question I had is that despite you being the older fighter in this match and he's quite a young guy, will you look to dictate the pace?
Well, the pace don't really bother me. I don't really think pace going to have any factor in this fight. I just think it's going to come down to just skills and know-how, and I believe that I have those things way above Chad Dawson.
And do you believe that it'll last the 12 rounds, or do you think you'll get him out of there?
Well, I think I should be able to get him out of there, but 12 rounds is not a problem either. We're prepared to go 12, and in the meantime, we'll be looking for the host to close it within the 12 rounds.
Okay. I don't want to ask you to look past the fight because obviously it's a big challenge, a title fight, but if you win this fight, do you think it opens more doors for you for the future in terms of opponents?
It'll definitely open more doors. Losing a fight closed doors and winning fights open doors, and certainly looking forward to what the light heavyweight have to offer after me winning this championship. There's quite a few fights out there for me.
And speaking of those fights, on the undercard, there's the Tarver and the Woods fight. What are your thoughts on that fight, having been in there with both those guys?
I believe it's a good fight. Both of those guys, they're tall, light heavyweight, big light heavyweights, and they have similar styles. Just one of them is a southpaw, and that's the only difference between the two guys.
if I had to put you on the spot, who do you think wins that fight?
Well, you know, the Tarver I've seen in his last couple of fights, I believe, loses to Clinton Woods. The Tarver that I fought against, I believe that Tarver should beat Woods.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what Tarver's showing up, but you know, the fight could really go either way. It all depends on what fighters show up.
Now, the winner of that will have the IBF and IBO title, and the winner of your fight will have the WBC title. Is that a possibility for a fight with the winner of that fight, do you think?
I believe the two fighters will end up matching up, and I believe Showtime want to do that fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that makes a great promotion to have the two fights together, and then maybe the winners fighting later on. So.
Yeah, definitely. So we're looking forward to doing that.
What about I wanted to ask your thoughts on the Calzaghe-Hopkins fight. What do you think of that matchup?
You know, I believe it's a decent fight. You know, Bernard Hopkins, we all know his better days are behind him. I would want to see that fight maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, Bernard is still a guy that you can't underestimate. He's still crafty, he have a lot of experience. He's still one of the best defensive guys in the business. So, you know, I feel he probably can pull a few tricks out of his bag and maybe pull it out. But, you know, Joe certainly is an energetic guy. He throws punches from all over the place. A lot of his punches are wild, outside punches that you really can't read to see. You know, he's a little bit difficult because he's boxed almost like an amateur, just throwing punches. So, you know, I believe Joe might end up winning the fight, but I don't think it's an easy fight for him to win because of the ability of Bernard defensively. He's not going to land a lot of punches, I don't think.
And what have you thought of Roy Jones's last few fights, Glenn? Since you fought him, he was, you know, he looked like he was damaged goods there, and he looks like he's been a little bit better in his last few fights. Have you been watching him, and what do you think?
Yeah, I have seen him. He is looking better, but he's yet to step up to the plate and challenge, you know, fight a real challenge. So he's looking the way he's supposed to look against the guys he's fighting. So we're still waiting to see what he look like when he step up to a real challenge.
And by saying a real challenge, if you get by this next fight here, is that a possible fight you would entertain a rematch with Roy if he was ready?
No, certainly. I mean, you know, when I get by this fight, I'm entertaining all challenges that are worthwhile. I'm looking for the best money fight that's out there for me.
Right.
At this age, you know, I'm trying to make money right now.
Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, well, I think that's all the questions we had for you, Glenn. You're a really classy guy, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much, and thanks again for having me on.
Yeah, and best of luck in the fight and health and training, and we'll hopefully talk to you again.
All right, man. Thanks again. Take care, buddy.
Bye for now.